Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. So in this video I'm going to be taking you through one of my most recently finished units actually. I only recently got the 4th dupe in this Frieza and I only recently managed to get into the level link 10, so yeah. This Frieza, pretty good. Transforming Frieza as he's commonly known by. He starts with 80% attack and defense, and he has 10% health gain per turn, but that defense will lower by 20% and his attack will go up by 20% each turn. The gimmick with him is that he stacks defense on his super attack, so if you attack with him every turn, essentially his defense should not go lower. The important thing about this Frieza with the link level update is that he has big bad bosses, which means that at max level he will have an extra 25% attack and defense across all types of content, especially if he's linked with another unit that has big bad bosses, obviously. So that's the benefit of him on the Frieza team or on the Wicked Bloodlines team, where he'll most commonly be used. He definitely has a combination with any unit with big bad bosses. He's also on quite a few categories. He's on at least 10 categories. That's Resurrected Warriors, movie bosses, full power, transformation boost, movie bosses. He's on quite a lot there. Dragon Ball Seekers as well. So he's on a wide range of categories. As you can see, as he transforms, his attack goes up, his defense goes down, and he gains more health per turn. With him, I went for a build of more additionals. This is simply due to the fact that if he manages to do double supers in a turn, not only will he keep that defense the same, it will actually go up. Which will make him a lot more solid a unit, especially since he's already gaining so much attack from his transformation boosting, his stage ups, and his links. The fact that you can give him more defense will make him even more reliable. When he gets to his final stage, he has a guaranteed stun and a chance of stunning, and he criticals on his first attack. So that means that this Frieza is a pretty good card. I would give him a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10 for most content, especially when he's rainbowed like this and has some equipment and has his links leveled up. We'll use him on the Wicked Bloodlines team. For most of these showcases, I've kind of figured out I'm going to follow a format in which I just kind of show the unit on a couple teams. I will show them in a Dokkan event, and then I will show them in a long form event. And yeah, just get some stats out of them, show some attack stats out of them, show them with support, without support, hopefully get all their transformations in. And yeah, then I will do SBR content in a separate video. So I will do it, but I will do a SBR review. I will not just show them in a single SBR. I will show them in multiple SBRs, probably one fight from each of them, all set into a single video of a similar length, about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. However long it takes to just get a decent scan of how they perform in SBR. Hopefully one fight will be against multiple enemies, one fight against 2 or 3 enemies. You'll get the gist. That way you can see them on multiple teams, but also just kind of see how they actually perform in the stage. Apologies for there not being sound. I was charging the phone at the time, and without plugging my earphones in, I can't record noise, so I've just kind of got a background track going. It's kind of a throwback to when I first started on doing these videos and all of that. I didn't have the noise and everything. But here we will see a kind of a decent attack stat next turn from this Frieza. Good pairing partners for him. Anything with big bad bosses. Obviously, anyone from the Wicked Bloodline category, obviously, because they get strongest clan in space, which is 2 key. But yeah, this Strength Cooler is a very good pairing partner for him. He hits most of his links, including big bad bosses. The Physical Cooler is also a very good pairing partner for him because they get shocking speed from his 3rd transformation. And then, obviously, from his final transformation onwards, any Golden Friezas are generally okay partners for him. The nice thing about Frieza is, unlike Goku and Vegeta, he doesn't lose any, or he loses some links, but he doesn't lose any of his main kit in terms of his Wicked Bloodline teams and his teammates from there. So he does manage to maintain his key links throughout the whole way through. He very rarely drops all the way down. Shocking Speed just kind of jumps in there to add an additional link. He still obviously has the strongest clan in space. So from Wicked Bloodlines team, which is probably his best team to be on, that will be his biggest success. In terms of linking for kind of mono teams or anything like that, and obviously any unit with big bad bosses is where you want to go. So as you can see, Frieza doing a solid 2 mil attack stat there, which is pretty good. He doesn't have his full range of links activated. He's got no support really on the rotation, so that's just a good solid starting point. 2 million, I know a lot of people nowadays are used to units, busting out the 3 mil as DFEs and everything like that, but 2 million is really good for a unit that is designed to get stronger as he goes on in terms of his attack stat, and for a unit that's generally, just supposed to be doing some good work. This Int Golden Frieza, who supports target Goku category allies, will be a great support for this Frieza, because obviously he's also on target Goku. But it also itself has almost level 10 links, so I might do a video on that, but his best role is really as a floating support. He stacks defense and he can have decent attack stats, but he's never really going to exceed more than like just under 2 mil. And his role isn't really that, so doing a showcase on him could be interesting, and I might do one just out of interest, but his role is really to be a floating support. He stacks at defense, he provides support to the rotation. So here we're going to see Frieza with some really good stats. He's got the kind of support from, he's got the full range of links with this cooler. 134k defense is a amazing amount of defense to have. No support or anything on the rotation. So 134k. He will also stack his defense afterwards by 20% before it goes down next turn. So if you add that in, he's probably sitting around 150k after super attack, which is obviously very, very good. And then if he had support on rotation, he would be even higher. So that's very, very good. Plus the heal, I mean, he was healing 12% this turn, which is a lot. You can see I didn't link him in the middle because I was scared that the cooler would kill the Vegeta. And we'll see what kind of attacks that we get. So 2.7 mil, very good. With support, we would easily breach 3 mil. And I mean, this is just his third transformation, so it's literally his third turn out. If you had him from the first turn, it's very achievable in the category SBRs. I mean, we're gonna do a can event for crying out loud in longer form content. So, and I mean 134k. You look at that, it's it's really, really good. It's a really, really good defense stat, so. Nice showing off from him. You can see kind of the additionals we were doing in work as well. Obviously from the previous turn, that double super in his second form. So yeah, Frieza looking pretty good. I like this Frieza. I used him for Extreme TEQ Super Battle Road. Used him for the Wicked Bloodlines category Super Battle Road. I used him for the Movie Bosses Battle Road. I used him pretty much all over the place. I think I even used him in full power. It's just a really reliable unit. And he's so reliable, he's so good to use. So yeah, now we get to his final form. So here he gains prodigies, I believe, which means if we put him in the slot there, he'll have everything, because the Int Golden Frieza has prodigies. So that's very good from him. Very nice. We'll see there 154k defense. This is obviously with the Int Golden Frieza on rotation. So that's probably one of the higher defense stats you will see on this card, which is also still a very good defense stat. It's not enough to tank supers as a tech, normal attacks as a tech type from Int UI Goku. He'll still, take some decent damage. But it's enough for this kind of content. It's definitely enough in the SBR, which you probably won't get to this stage with, but the previous defense was definitely enough, especially if you use an item or anything like that. And then we see again just a very, very good attack stat. Another solid 3 mil, 3.5 mil. I mean, you look at that, he's putting out as much as the latest DFE. okay, the latest DFE is doing it a bit earlier and everything like that. But the point still stands. He's representing himself very, very well. And I think that's really, really good. For the future, I think it's really good for units that, with this link leveling update in mind, they thought about some of these older units, or at least I believe, and that's why you see them shucking out such decent attack stats and defense stats still. Yeah, but so we'll jump across to a different event. We'll jump across now to the Android Cell Saga Super Warriors event. Just a bit of a change up from the Legendary Goku event, which can sometimes get boring, especially when you're just trying to show multiple turns of a transforming card. I'm not really trying to show you whether he can tank UI Goku or anything like that. The LGE event, you'll notice that I haven't done a lot of specialized content inside the Legendary Goku event. One, no new missions have been added, and I will backtrack and do the other categories for new players and all of that, so they can see how to make category teams for it. But for me, the thing with the Legendary Goku events and those type of things, at least especially the Legendary Goku event, is that the Legendary Goku event gives you time to build stacking defense units. Some of these other events now, which I like that they're doing with like the Majin Buu, Infinite Dragon Ball History event and all of that, is that they're not letting you just build stacks. They're not just letting you put stacking units and just kind of pump out and do attack stat after attack stat after attack stat. So 97,000 defense here, not great in that it's not, the highest defensive stat, especially first turn, but it's not bad. I mean, 97k is good. So I mean, it's better than the blue fusions, which are getting some flack now on their design, I see, which is a bit unfortunate. But there you go, 2 mil first turn, 97k defense. Still very, very, very respectable attack stats. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. No big bad bosses activated there either, so he could have been higher as a first turn card. But I think it's good that you kind of see the performance there. Obviously, you see Physical Boo with 177k at 55%. That's because he's getting the double support from this Boo Kalo and from the Transforming Cooler. But yeah, the nice thing about Frieza is that he's on a lot of categories with Transforming Cooler, and Transforming Cooler is one of his better partners. So it's obviously very, very good for him to have that. It would be nice if when they do Terrifying Conquerors teams, they can bring out kind of like a Pod Frieza, Zarbon, and Dodoria card or something like that. That's a Terrifying Conquerors support. And that will link with him, or maybe like a Ginyu and Frieza card that will either link with him or just be another support option. I think that'll just really help out with the whole Terrifying Conquerors category, or just with this Frieza in general, just giving him some more support or some more signature cards to link with, because obviously pairing with the Cooler is awesome because they're on a couple categories, but they are missing on some, and it would be nice for him to just keep that, because I think with his links activated, that's where he really shines. I think when he doesn't have his links activated or anything like that, you can have problems. So the reason I cut there is because I actually had to reset the turn. Kind of dig things up. But yeah, 2.7 mil, again, really, really good attack stat. Really impressive. Really just really enjoying this card. I do think he is someone you have to get to link level 10 to see this from him, especially right at the gates, right off the bat. I mean, big bad bosses at level 5 or something activates at like 90%, which is great, but to see these attack stats right out the cage, you're definitely going to have to get his big bad bosses up. But yeah, that is one of those things. He's definitely a unit that shines more from having max links, which most big bad bosses will, and it definitely helps, especially that starting defense. If we had been linked next to the big bad boss, it would have been over 100k, and that's just impressive and good for him to have, especially since it only drops afterwards and he needs to stack it as much as possible. But yeah, overall, I like this unit. I think he's super helpful. I think if new players get him, you should be happy to get him. I think there's nothing wrong with getting him as a card. I don't think you should ever feel the need, that you got a bad card, or that he's not the unit you wanted, or that he's a bit of a problem for you. I definitely think he's still worth it. He's definitely still great for all the original SBR. He's still great for the Wicked Bloodlines SBR. He's still usable in the Extreme Tech SBR. So from that point of view, there's stages he's useful that get you stones. I think he's useful in these Dragon Ball History events. I don't know if he's the most useful in the LGE events. So, there is that to factor in. His TUR stacks indefinitely, so if you just reverse him, you can totally use him for the LGE event, which, is great. Weird, but great. I think if they easy aid these cards today, the one thing they could do for them that would just immediately make them completely top tier or usable in all content is just literally to make him, Goku, and Vegeta continue stacking after they hit their final transformation. They're 2.9 mil, by the way, just for the people taking note. He's really hitting some boss attack stats, I will give him that. And he's additioning a lot for us, which is good on a rainbow unit, of course. Obviously it is different, but yeah. But I think they're making them stack from their final transformation would be one of the few changes they definitely could make that would make these cards basically all-round utilitarian good. And then literally, even giving them easy A stats might be a bit too much. Frieza with easy A stats would be hitting 3 mil in the first turn, 140k defense. It would be a lot. To just all of a sudden give a card that I don't think need it. But yeah, definitely stacking from their final transformation. That would probably be about it. And then maybe some more utility, increased crit chance or something around the board, or if Frieza's really going to heal, give him a bit more heal. But that's about it. Like, they don't need much. This Buhan, by the way, definitely got buffed. Just showing him a little bit. I want to do a video on him, especially when he gets higher link levels, especially when that margin link gets up to link 10 and he gets that 2 extra key. Link's great with this Buhan, which is obviously their big benefit. I think they're literally missing like 1 or 2 links between the two of them, which obviously buffed him a lot because this Buhan is ridiculous. First off, their big bad bosses won't activate because it's not fully linked. But yeah, they're missing. So yeah, when big bad bosses activates, they'll be missing 1 link: legendary power and fear and faith. So yeah, and the reason why his key is so low is because his margin link isn't even at link 4. Once he gets it to link 10, he'll have 2 key there, so you'll be 2 orbs away from a super attack. And same with this LR, he's also not got a link 10, so that's where their key's coming down, but it's fixable through the link system, so they're definitely super helpful. They're not getting support from Frieza either, so big bad bosses will be activated after this super attack there. So 2.2 mil, a nice attack stat. This is a unit that many people cuck on, that's not super great, but you can see here 2.2 and 2.4, very good. Not even max link levels, not even max big bad bosses. So yeah, definitely a unit to keep an eye on, especially linked with this this Buhan here. They become a very good combo, and very, very, very reliable. But yeah, Frieza overall very good. I just kind of gave that turn to just take a look at the Buhan combo because you didn't see the transformation that much. But I've seen enough of Frieza. Very, very nice, very good attack stats. There's no real reason to see him to Golden Frieza form or anything like that, to see his max attack stats or anything. But yeah, he's definitely repped himself pretty well here. And yeah, cool. Thanks guys. I'll see you in the next one.